I can see how Pixels was definitely influenced by this movie, but in all honesty, if I'm going to review this movie, I gotta do it right. Come with me. Galloping Ghost Arcade, a throwback to the old days when arcades were the pinnacle of gaming technology. One of the best arcades in America, for a nominal fee you get unlimited play for numerous games, some imports, some familiar faces, and some forgotten gems. Well worth it if you're in Chicago's southwest suburb of Brookfield, also home of one of the world's best zoos and one of the world's best burger joints. Why would I be talking about an arcade when I said I'm not a gamer? Well, even though I'm not a gamer, I still love going to arcades, and this environment is perfect for today's review. What movie? Well, if you haven't guessed by the score or the title card, only the greatest plotline to any sci-fi movie ever made. The Last Starfighter.
You guys think I'm gonna hang out here?
Go to City College like everybody else. Forget it, man. I'm doing something with my life.
Alex Rogan had a dream.
You really are leaving here, aren't you?
To be as far away from here as possible.
Alex's life is going nowhere. Stuck in a trailer park that's falling apart, he acts as the handyman because his single mom is also the manager and apparently a waitress at a local diner. Alex's girlfriend Maggie is obviously in love with him, but Alex wants to get out of this hell. Stuck fixing things, Maggie goes off with her friends. Alex's only solace is an arcade game called Starfighter. That night, Alex shatters the record, but also learns he won't be able to go to the school he wants.
It certainly does seem to be raining shit on Joe Cooper right now.
It started with a game.
You gonna bust the record!
Upon shattering the record, we then meet Centauri, the eccentric creator of the game, who shows Alex the shocking truth behind it.
Centauri's the name. He's got a little proposition for you. We have to talk about a matter of utmost importance. Step into my office. I've seen him come and I've seen him go, but you're the best, my boy. Light years ahead of the competition. Are you interested?
I guess.
Hey. Where are we? Welcome to Rylos, my boy.
You mean like in a game?
You may have thought it was a game, but it was also a test. Sent out across the universe to find those with the gift to be starfighters. And here you are, my boy. Here you are.
The game is a recruitment tool to see who's worthy enough of joining the Star League as a starfighter. Tell me that's not one of the coolest friggin' plots of any movie of all time!
Starfighters, you, and you alone, stand between us and the black terror of the Codan.
Alex doesn't know what to make of it, and just wants to go home. Centauri knows what's at stake and desperately tries to convince Alex to stay.
I'm a kid from a trailer park.
If that's what you think, then that's all you'll ever be.
But seeing as how Centauri has done things like this in the past, he returns Alex. While gone, the starfighters have been killed, and an alien is sent to kill Alex on Earth. Using a decoy Alex returns back to Rylos with an injured Centauri, reluctantly teaming up with Grig, a navigator, and heading out with the last Gunstar.
Star Navigator First Class Grig, at your service, sir.
Alex knows he might not make it back, but once he realizes what's at stake, he chooses to become a starfighter.
There's no fleet, no starfighters, no plan. One ship, you, me, and that's it.
Can Alex save the universe? Will he become the greatest starfighter ever? Will he return to Earth for Maggie? Will I join in the battle from an emulator? This is a movie that is decades ahead of its time. The plot about a video game being a military recruiting tool withstands the test of time. Better now than it did in '84. Jonathan R. Buttle, who also wrote My Science Project, crafted a masterpiece. God damn it! The acting is good. Lance Guest as Alex plays the lost soul, the reluctant hero, perfectly. Catherine Mary Stewart as Maggie gives off a sweetness that you can't help but fall in love with. Grig, being played by veteran character actor Dan O'Herlihy, gives off a playfulness that makes you forgive his plan to destroy the world in Halloween 3. But Robert Preston as Centauri steals every scene in this movie. He's so charismatic, you wonder why Alex was so hesitant. Of course, he is playing the same character from The Music Man. The supporting character's acting is lacking. Otis gives off advice, but comes across as a racial stereotype. Zur is the typical Snidely Whiplash villain, and Lewis is the typical annoying little brother. But in spite of that, everyone plays well off one another. The sets are amazing, giving off an alien feel to it. The makeup and costume design are also impressive. Speaking of Halloween, who knew Michael Myers could direct? No, seriously, Nick Castle, the director of Major Payne and The Boy Who Could Fly, was the original Michael Myers who directed this film. The only thing that hurts this movie is that the CGI hasn't aged well. It was cutting edge back in the 80s, but it's severely dated. However, due to an impressive story, a certain level of suspension of disbelief is in order. Everyone has their own inspirational movie. This was mine. I will strongly recommend watching this movie for any gamer, anyone who loves sci-fi, or anyone who has a love affair of the 80s. This movie's a classic, plain and simple. If you find it, check it out. That's just my opinion.